everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a very large collective haul, and the sad part is it's only partially collective because apparently I have turned into some sort of makeup buying psycho in the last month. So in my defense, it is holiday gift season and whatever, so whatever, stop looking at me. Over the last month or so, lots of crazy things have happened in the beauty community, as you all know, if you spend any real time here. And I feel like I started doing retail therapy when that was going on, being like, no guys, it's just about the makeup, it's fine. It's not fine. I will preface this to say, lots of things came out all at once that I really wanted, and a few things were re-released that I had wanted to get my hands on, so I did purchase those as well. So I'm going to go through all these with a very quick overview, and I'm going to just go left to right with all this stuff that's on my table. So get yourself a snack, get yourself a coffee. If you're into kale, get yourself some kale. I don't give a shit what you get, just like eat because it's awesome. So the first thing I picked up was the Jaclyn Hill Vault. So I have a few feelings about this. The reason I picked it up actually was I had no interest whatsoever in buying this product. Like none of them, and I actually ended up getting all of them. So I have this penchant to see something going on in the beauty community and then just being like, yeah, okay, let me see for myself. I don't put a lot of stock in other people's words. I really like, as a person, to only really take my opinion or build my opinion off of things that I have seen or done. I'm not that person that's like, well, this person said this, so obviously it's true. So I watched Jaclyn Hill's video, and I watched some other videos about this, so like her hour-long like apology, truth, whatever, where she talked about how upsetting it was and how they were stopping the vault and how much it cost them to do that and whatever. So just quickly, this one is Dark Magic. I'm sure you've seen these a million times. This one is Bling Boss. This guy is Armed and Gorgeous, and actually my favorite one of all of these. And then this guy is Ring the Alarm. So all of these, sorry, I'm trying not to like stab you in the face with light here. Oops, bye. So she did this big long video about all of her feelings and how it was only returned 1% of the time, and most of the videos I've seen were about how it was shit. So I was like, girl, let me get this for myself. I need to know. I need to know what's going on. So I bought all of them. I picked them up from the Morphe website, and I like them a lot, actually. I like all 4 of them a lot. So in my opinion, there was so much drama tied to this vault that people were not able to see past it. For reference's sake, like, I don't believe that everybody got perfect ones. I believe that there is an issue with production, but for me, I got the one with V2 on the back, and I know she said it really doesn't mean anything, and it wasn't necessarily a version 2, just for your reference. I don't think I have a obvious batch code on here. Yes, I do. ABO5L is the batch code. But like, I really like them. I think the Armed and Gorgeous palette is beautiful. I love the option of taking only one and being able to like take it with you, and like you have a mirror and you have pretty much everything you need in each palette. So I feel bad that for everyone involved, really, like the company and everything, about how much drama was around those, because mine's actually quite nice. I'm not going to do a review. I know it's like long gone. But it was the same with the Becca palette that I bought to talk shit about. I did kind of the same thing with this and was pleasantly surprised. So there's that. In the same order, I also picked up the Morphe setting spray, which I haven't used too much of because I'm currently using my Kat Von D Locket, which I haven't put on yet, so I will actually put this on right now. I love the scent and I love the spray. Like, people talk a big game about this, but I actually am kind of on board with it. Just so we're clear, I'm not a Morphe affiliate. I actually don't like Morphe that much, but I have a few things from Morphe here because, like, I need to know. Like, I get nothing out of talking about these, but sometimes there's just truth in review. But yeah, I believe this was like $12 to $15, and again, I ordered it from the Morphe website. Also, for full disclosure, I did buy a lot of the other products that are coming up here in the Sephora sale, so like I didn't pay everything for them. Okay, so next up we have the Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray from Too Faced. You shake it up, it smells like peaches and it smells like delightfulness. However, mine might be broken. because it doesn't actually come back up. You have to like spray it and then pull it back up, which is kind of annoying. So I may actually take this back and have it exchanged. You definitely have to shake it up or you end up with a little bit of glitter on your face, but if you're into dewy setting sprays, this might be a setting spray for you. But if you're not into fragrance, this is not the setting spray for you. So I think I'm going to go through what I bought in the sale. Before we move on from Morphe, I have one more thing to talk about, and I finally got my hands on the Dare to Create palette. I had talked about this in my palettes that I regretted missing the boat on, basically, with Kaylee. We did a collab about that. It was actually pretty funny because she ended up with some of those palettes that she had listed for hers as well, and I ended up with this one as well as I think one or two other ones. She ended up with Pastel Goth for sure because I remember seeing it. But so far so good with this one. I also got this off the Morphe website and was happy when it came back. I was super pumped about it. If you have the Alamar palette, these shades over here and a few of the greens really look a lot like those ones. So if you are sitting on buying this and it's really for those like greens and blues and some of the matte colors, it's basically those 8 shades are easily dupable by this. So like, Okay, moving off of Morphe because I know everyone is so tired of hearing about Morphe. So tired. So in the sale, I did pick up a Cinema Secrets Pro Cosmetics Makeup Brush Cleanser. I use this all the time. I'm really lazy when it comes to my makeup brushes, and this seems to be the fastest and most effective way I have been able to keep them clean and keep on top of it. So I do really like this. If you have never used it or heard of it, you basically like pour it into a container, dab your brush in it, and then just essentially rinse your brush out. It's super easy, and for those of you like me who are lazy with brush cleanliness, this is probably for you. I also picked up the Peach Perfect Translucent Setting Powder. What is this officially called? Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. This is by Too Faced, and it is probably one of the better packagings I've seen. There's actually a thing over top of the powder plate, I guess you would call it. Same thing though, if you are really not into scent, I don't know if this is a good idea for you because it is very strongly scented like peach. I personally like scented makeup. It like makes me feel fun and young and girly, but if it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's totally fine. It's a very finely milled product as well, but I can't really use loose powders until we get into the winter because these are too light for me. I also picked up unfortunately two, because I wanted to try the Hourglass Kashan mascara. So I bought the mini, and then they ended up getting it in stock in the full size. So once I tried the mini and realized that I liked it, I did buy the full size because the way I've been using it, will not last too long. I've really been digging this. I haven't opened the full size yet, and I don't really want to until this is gone, but I did get them both. And if you are that kind of bougie ass person who wants to spend money on a mascara, like this is a really nice mascara. There's no flaking, it holds the curl, it also lengthens. Like this is everything that I would look for in a mascara, and I don't know if I will ever purchase the YSL Shock ever again, because if I'm going to spend the money on a high-end mascara, this is likely going to be it. Sticking with Hourglass, I did also pick up one of the Scattered Light Glitter eyeshadows, and I got it in the shade Aura. I heard Samantha Robdahl talk about these, and they are very pretty. Can't really seem to get it to focus very well, but there it is. So these are basically like a glitter shadow. That's what it looks like in the pan. Or in the container, I guess. These are really not cheap. I don't know if I would buy more just based on the cost of them, because it is kind of expensive. There's only 0.12 of an ounce in here, and I think it was like $38. So I don't regret this purchase. It's actually very nice. It looks beautiful on the eyes, but I'm not sure I would invest in any more. Apparently at this sale I was just like, whatever bitches, I'm bougie. Let's buy all the things. But yeah, like I feel like if you got the right type of ColourPop Super Shock shadow, it would be very similar to this. So I have already taken this out of the packaging, but I did pick up the pineapple set from Tarte because I'm a sucker. I know a lot of people hate Tarte. I really stand by the I buy makeup, not drama. It's not that I don't stand by women of color, because I do. I just cannot involve myself with that drama. I cannot let it like deep seed into my insides. I have a hard enough time not being a pessimist. So that's my disclosure on that. Anywho, this is like the cutest packaging ever. Something I do really like about this is it actually has the plastic in it to guard the sides, but it's attached. So you can move it back and forth for whatever you're trying to use. This is probably one of the better quality Tarte eyeshadow palettes I've ever owned. Which is surprising because it is a holiday release, and typically holiday releases are not as good. But if you touch them, they feel like butter, like absolute butter. And there's like minimal effort to get it to have that like really intense payoff. So I'll just swatch here. Like I barely touched them. There was no digging in at all, and that's what it looks like. Unfortunately, I did swatch over another swatch, like because I wasn't thinking, but I so far am very impressed with that. You can obviously make a decision for yourself with whether or not you want to purchase any of the Tarte products. That's all you guys, 100%. So a few other things actually come with that as well. One is a Sex Kitten, because that's an appropriate name, eyeliner, the Lights Camera Lashes mascara, which is also a classic, and a little lipstick. One thing I will say is my lipstick actually came broken. So I'm not sure how easily you can see it, but my lipstick is definitely broken, so I can't actually use it unless it is like all the way down. I can only use it like this, and it's really just moving all over the place. However, the packaging is super, super cute. It's got pineapples all over it, and it's kind of like gold and lovely. So moving on to my next brand, and that is Huda Beauty. So I did write a blog post a little while ago about why I don't really love Huda Beauty and why I'm not really into her stuff. My first experience with her products was the Rose Gold Texture Palette, the first one, which was like okay, but not the best. And then after her price points kind of got a little ridiculous, I kind of stepped back from them and was like, okay, maybe not. What actually brought me back into Huda were the Obsessions palettes though, because they are small and I like that. And they're like compact, and fun facts, this actually has more eyeshadow in it than the Modern Renaissance. So there's some perspective for you on package waste and pan size. But we'll get to that palette. So I was watching a makeup organization video, and I don't know what made me out of that video really want to buy this, but the girl was going on and on about Huda Beauty foundation, and I prefer full coverage foundation. So she had this in like her organization. It was all these bottles of all the same foundation because she really ranged in her foundation shade. And I was like, oh, that's such pretty packaging. I want to have that. But I actually really like the foundation. So I bought the shade Cheesecake, which is 250G. And it's just slightly too light for me at the moment, but in the winter it will probably be like almost perfect. If not just a tad too dark. So like this will be my fall foundation. So I did pick this up. I'm really happy with it so far. I also picked up the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions as well as the Gemstone Obsessions. The Gemstone Obsessions I just picked up last night or yesterday at the holiday release party, and this one I picked up in the sale. I do intend to pick up all the new ones, which are right here. I really want to have all of these because they really cover off all your bases in a very small package. So if I am, for example, going to New York in October, which I am, I would just take all of them with me. It would take up the same amount of space, if not considerably less than this massive book of nonsense, and give me more makeup options. So these are about $35 Canadian, and I really dig that. So just so you get a good view, this is the Gemstones, and this is the Coral Obsessions. I actually ended up picking up the Coral Obsessions because I saw a look that Samantha March did on her Instagram, and I really liked it, so here we are. Now we're just going to go through random stuff. So I did pick up another one of these Shimmer and Glows from Stila. This is in the shade Vivid Garnet. I should have realistically bought them all at the same time, but they're just so nice and rich. I just love this kind of color when it's low effort. Like you just stick that on your lid, you blend it in a bit, and then take another like cranberry color and just put it in the crease, and you're basically done. And you will get compliments because it is just a deep, rich color, and that's what I'm about. So I also made a order from Ulta, and that's what this is from. This is the Too Faced Tutti Frutti, and this is in Razzle Dazzle Berry Eye. So I was very skeptical going into purchasing this. I was going to buy other things from the line, but the Ulta conversion rate is really expensive as far as I'm concerned. So I did just stick with this one because I felt like it was more likely to get used by me. I really liked the pineapple one based on packaging and based on the one green shade in it, but I'm trying to avoid purchasing those palettes, that are just the pop of one color and it really drags you into that one color. And they typically match that color to something on the packaging as well, which is what they did with the pineapple version of this. And when you block out that green, it's really just a neutral palette. So I want to swatch one shade from this, which I believe is the standout shade, and it is this guy here. I can't get over it. It is so, let me put that down so I'm not blinding you. It is crazy beautiful. It looks wet. I wore this and almost every single person, female, I saw when I was out and about that day was like, oh my god, I love your eyeshadow. What is that? Is that wet? Like, oh my god, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, it's just like a random Too Faced shade, and that I don't know what the name of it is because I lost the little thing out of it already, obviously, because I suck like that. Actually, it's on the back. I believe it's Boysenberry. I'm probably reading it wrong. You guys always correct me for that kind of stuff. But I'm really, again, pleased with this. I feel like this haul went really, really well for the most part. Super, super pleased with this. The only shade I don't really like is this dark one here, which is, yeah, see, I'm wrong. So this is actually called Razzle. I just stuck my finger in it. Sorry, this is called Razzle, and the one I don't really like is Bad to the Berry. This is kind of, it's not like totally chalky, it's not the worst dark shadow I've ever had, but again, it's one of those like really dark matte shades with glitter in it that nobody really likes. So if you're gonna go between the two, if you are into berry tones, I highly recommend this guy for sure. So again, this is the Razzle Dazzle Berry Eyeshadow Palette from the Tutti Frutti collection. So what would this haul be if I just didn't carry on with the ridiculous eyeshadow palettes I bought? So the other thing I got from Makeup Revolution and from Ulta is the Emily Edit palette. So I may or may not do full reviews on any of this stuff. I haven't really decided yet. But I will make a few comments about this one in here. This is only my, I believe, second experience with Makeup Revolution. My first one was that unicorn palette with the big jeweled heart on the front. I literally used it once and put it in a declutter pile. So I really love Emily. I mean, no hurt by this, and honestly it's not a bad product, so don't get me wrong, but this packaging may be the ugliest color I think I've ever seen. When I look at this, I think of my mother's makeup basket underneath our bathroom sink in her bedroom when I was like 6 years old. So like late 80s, like mid 80s, and everything was from Avon or Mary Kay and was this color with gold writing. I'm not really sure what she was thinking with this like peach color. Like even if it had been black, it would have been so much better and so much classier looking. I don't really understand the peach. And I did watch her whole review and I didn't really pick up on the reasoning for it. But I will give her this. The mirror is fabulous. So I'm just going to do it this way. So it's the easiest way to do it, like to see it. But the mirror is totally end to end, which I really love. And it is full size. Like it is a perfect, perfect mirror. I'm so glad there's one in there. I know there has been some people saying that they received theirs with the mirror broken. I did not. All was well. So these are the shades. So far I've tried a few and it works. It looks nice. I swatched them. Like it does the job. Do I think it's anything incredible? Honestly, no, not really. Is it worth the money? Yeah, because I think it's only like maybe $30. So for me, I don't feel bad about it when you're spending $35 on this and getting this, which works, I don't want to say just as well because I don't really think that's accurate, but I think for a 3.5 out of 5 type palette with those shades, like I'm not disappointed or mad about it. I'm also happy to give Emily Noel my money. I've been watching her since I have 1, been on YouTube, and 2, watching YouTube. And she is one of the originals who was never a sellout and never involved in any drama. So if you don't know anything about her, she's almost to 1 million subscribers after 11 years doing this, and she has never really taken sponsorships and been sketchy about it. She literally is just like a homegrown personality. So if you don't know her, you should check her out. People have actually said multiple times to me, which is weird, that I remind them of her and vice versa, which is funny because she's very homegrown and sweet and nice, and I'm kind of like an asshole sometimes, but whatever people think of me, I'm okay with that. I am not upset to be compared to Emily Noel. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so moving on to another kind of late to the game item. This is the Lemonade palette from Dominique Cosmetics. This just recently came to Sephora, and this one is more summery pastel colors. I don't have a ton of things in my collection that look this way or function the way these do. I was really just interested in the makeup line, and I really am interested in the second palette as well, which I will put up here, but they did not have in stock at the time. I haven't had too much of a chance to play with this other than some of the yellows in here. I have swatched it, but I'm interested to see how I end up feeling about it next summer, or when maybe this is something I will take on vacation with me when I go in November to Jamaica. But not sad about this. Like, the colors are nice. The mattes are very, very buttery. I'm okay with the purchase. The only thing I was a little disappointed with was, I think this guy here, nope, I'm full of shit. It's totally fine. I can't remember, but I feel like one of them didn't wear very well. I promise you we are almost to the end, so if you are almost to the end of your tea or coffee or wine, because that's what I would be doing, that's okay. We should be fine. I also picked up this Kevyn Aucoin Making Faces beauty book. So I actually picked this up because of Kaylee. I will link her channel down below, and you can check her out because she is fabulous and so easy to so easy to listen to. If I'm in a bad mood, I will put on her videos, and she almost always calms me down because she's sweet and funny and very nice. Anyway, this is chapter 1, which is the contour book. So these are all magnetized together, as you can see. Funny enough, I actually had depotted my contour book volume 2 and then dropped it off my desk in a video and shattered the shit out of it. So I actually had this on the way in the mail already, so it broke, but it's basically replaced already, so that's fine. Next one is chapter 2, which is Blush and Define. So there are 3 darker shades on the bottom and then 2 blushes on the top. Ideally, I wanted this to like leave in my gym bag, but then I stopped going to the gym in the morning and started going at night, so I haven't done that yet. This one is chapter 3, which is Emphasize. So it's a bunch of cool tone shadows, and overall Kevyn Aucoin is very classically colored, very classic like beauty makeup. It's not like that avant-garde type stuff or like that really bright crazy stuff. So it also gives instructions on the side here. If you have anyone in your family, especially for Christmas, who is just starting to get into makeup and is just starting to get into like the community kind of, this would be an excellent gift idea because it does cover off quite a bit of product in not too bad of a packaging. So I did leave one product for last, and that is the Natasha Denona Lila palette. I'm sure you've seen it around. I know I'm late to the game on this guy as well. And it is this palette here. As you can see, this one did go to the gym with me the mornings I was there and has some significant use out of it already. So I did buy this in the sale because I couldn't be bothered to pay full price for it. I do really like it. I actually like this one better than the 28 shade palette that I bought. This definitely is more up my alley. I'm really thinking about getting the Sunset and the Safari palette. Maybe I will ask for them for Christmas. I'm really on the fence about Safari because I feel like some of the shades are like almost too neutral. Like it's stuff that could be from anywhere and it wouldn't really make any difference. Anyway guys, thank you for sitting with me through this huge collective haul. Once the holiday releases are done and I have got what I am looking for out of those, let me know if you're interested in what I think I'm going to purchase from the holiday releases, because I would be happy to do a video on that as well and get your thoughts on what you think is of value and what you don't. All in all, I am happy actually with almost every single thing I bought, except for the setting spray, which has now disappeared off my desk. And I may return that to, one, either replace it or to just leave it as a straight return, because I feel like if you can't get your sprayer right, you don't have any business here, two-faced. Okay guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We will be doing another giveaway at the 4,000 mark, and who knows what that might be about. It may be a Natasha Denona and it might not. Like, I'm not making a suggestion one way or the other, but I'm just like, maybe, could be, like, I don't know. Thanks so much for watching guys. Have an awesome day.